What's cracking, everybody? Zerfel Rose here, bringing you Pokemon Go Battle League content. Today's video, we're going to be bringing you my first battles into the Psychic Cup, debuting this last Thursday. Hit it up with a super spicy backline with the Alolan Raichu as the safe swap and Slowking Galarian as our closer. Now, you see this wonderful pony here. This is my favorite. I love the pony so much. My wife actually made some emotes for our Discord server, so if you want to join that and get access to those emotes, link in the description for the Patreon Discord. She did a fantastic job. I've got plenty of them. You saw it in the thumbnail, you saw it in here. You're going to see another one in a few days when I do another team for this cup. But had a ton of fun running Slowking in this cup. I'll let the battles speak for themselves. There were obviously some wins and some losses here. And we'll just get right into it. So this first battle here, we got Rapidash against Victini. This isn't a great matchup, and honestly, Victini is kind of able to outpace me, so the only way that I win this is if I land body slams or something after they debuff. So instead, I just swap immediately to Alolan Raichu, start getting out energy, and the point of the Alolan Raichu is not to win switch or anything like that. It is specifically here to get shields off my opponent so that Slowking can land Shadow Balls and one-shot things like it needs to. So we got Raichu is going to hit him with the Wild Charge. I'm missing a Kaboom button, so we got to bring that up. We can't not have Kaboom button. You know there's going to be some Kabooms in this video. So second shield goes up, and the opponent is now going to throw energy, and I'm just going to let it go. Now, I don't need my Raichu to survive here, but it gets taken out by the foul play after getting debuffed twice. So that is a lot of damage, and I found the button, so there it is. I bring in my Rapidash here because the Fairy Wind fast move allows me to get some farm in, and I know I can survive the foul play if they throw it. So after over farming a bit, I'm going to go for this Body Slam. My opponent is now shields down, and a Mega Horn is going to do a lot of damage. And if it's not the Mega Horn that does a lot of damage, it's the Shadow Balls that's going to do a lot of damage. So I'm going to immediately swap in my Slowking here to start getting ahead on energy. And with one shield, I know that I can get to a Shadow Ball before my opponent can get the two charge moves. I do, however, I let this go. And they hit me with an Overheat, dude. That hits for a lot of damage. Overheat Victini is super good because that Overheat damage does probably like 70%. But you know what? The Shadow Ball also one-shots the Galarian Rapidash that comes in, and my Rapidash is going to be able to get a Mega Horn off. Should be able to get this with one shield. Part of me just wanted to see how much damage V-Create was going to do. I didn't realize that they were going to hit me with a whole Overheat. So, yeah, we got Malamar as a great lead. I love seeing Malamar with the Rapidash lead because obviously you can tank the foul play and you do super effective damage with the charge move. They safe swap in Victini. So what I actually do here is probably not quite so correct, but I do just go for Mega Horn. What I probably should do here is... No, actually that's probably right because I need to get shields as Victini needs to go away. So I bring in my Slowking and I'm going to try and two-shield farm down here. Probably not the greatest idea because the Malamar can easily just outpace and one-shot me. So this is where I see how much damage V-Create does. And I'll commit one shield for this energy. Now, y'all hadn't noticed, Raichu's still in the back. Raichu can one-shot a lot of things with Wild Charge. So we're going to see, that's the point of this team, right? The whole strategy of this team is it's going to be to strip the shields one way or the other and then just nuke things. Now, I should have gone for Sludge Wave there. That was a mistake on my part. I was going to try to get the two Shadow Balls here, but I think the one Sludge Wave would have done more damage. Probably wouldn't have taken out, but it would have done more damage. I get hit with the foul play here. I don't shield it because there's no point. My opponent's got a Metagross. Oh, man, but I've got the Raichu, and what I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to try to go for a farm down, or at the very least try and hit it with that the energy ball to force shield off my opponent here, or not energy ball, a Grass Knot would be the move that I was looking for, but I am instead going to go for the full farm down, but they are going to be able to get to a move before I can. So unfortunately my opponent is looking like they're going to just beat my face in here. So but Rapidash is not done yet. Who am I kidding? Rapidash is done. That's it. Tied. And then my opponent has Pokemon in the back, so well played to them. The way, if you ever see this team, by the way, the way to beat it is to get shields before the opponent gets shields, right? So if the Raichu can get shields first, it's game over. But if you can force the shields off of them first, then you're good. So the awesome thing about this team is that Galarian Slowking is not super popular of a pick. and it resists Charm from the Gallade. It also resists the Fairy Winds here. Now, I could have brought in my Slowking here, but I do have to be aware that a Mega Horn will probably one-shot me. So, I figured this might be the best way to get shields off my opponent. However, Galarian Rapidash swap-ins are really tough. What I've been doing lately is I've been staying in with my Rapidash, going for a Body Slam bait. But the nice thing is that I think Alolan Raichu is the only thing in this whole cup that beats Rapidash to CMP. And so I'm able to get both shields. Oh no, that wasn't CMP, never mind. So I get both shields off my opponent. They get a really nice farm down here. And I think I'm going to come in with my Slowking here, get one Hex off. Nope, come in with a Rapidash. I guess I'm going for the farm down. I'm calling the bait, but it was not. It was a Mega Horn, and that hurts a lot. And that took a lot of damage on the Rapidash. So Rapidash farms down, and Victini's in the back. And what we can do now is go for a Shadow Ball with one shield against this Victini. Even overfarm a little bit if we want to. Now, I do expect a catch here, and unfortunately, it was a Malamar. So my opponent has a ton of energy on their Victini. I have to sit here and wonder how much damage a Foul Play does. And if I hadn't sat there and wondered about it, I might have been in a good position. Now, once again, I don't know how much damage the Slowking does. I don't really play it that often. And, I know I lost, so I just surrendered. That was well played, though. My opponent, I completely misplayed. My opponent took advantage of it and got my whole rear end. But so this is the fun version of the meta version of the team that I ran. So you guys can stick around at the end of this video for my ELO that I got running the meta version of the team. I think I got like 4 or 5 5-0s with that team in like a day or two. 2 days, I guess, because I couldn't have gone 25-0. But the team's ridiculously stonks, and so subscribe to the channel to get notified when it goes live, and hit the bell and let me know. And also let me know in the comments what time this little thing falls asleep. She has been fighting a nap all day, and I know she's going to fall asleep any minute now. So if you catch her falling asleep, go ahead and let me know in the comments, and then hit a like if you want to see more videos like this. Not shilling myself whatsoever here, but gonna go for this Body Slam. But unfortunately, the inconsistency of the game forces me to miss out on that Body Slam, which would have been nice to get. Wasn't definitely going to be able to do anything with that, but with Rapidash, you have to play out the Claydol lead. Because both of your backline is weak to Claydol. So if you see Claydol in the lead, you gotta try and take it out. And usually I'll go straight for the Mega Horn first, then I'll bait, then I'll go for the Mega Horn again. And typically that will get both shields, and my Rapidash has just enough HP to survive to be able to get the last move off. So my opponent has a Giraffe Rig, super spicy, has tackle, but unfortunately with a shield, Raichu is just going to end this thing's whole career right here. So here we go. Absolutely destroys the Giraffe Rig, and the Metagross that swaps in is not going to be able to bullet punch down in time before we get yet another wild charge off. And this is why I'm saying, folks, Alolan Raichu, not only can it strip shields, but it can absolutely decimate the opponent and their Pokemon if they're not ready for it. So if their Claydol's in the lead, Claydol's like the only thing that hard walls Alolan Raichu in this meta. So you get there, we're good. Now what I typically do with the Victini lead is I will go straight into my Raichu, and so my opponent swaps immediately into Gardevoir. I'm going to guarantee to get a shield here and do as much Volt Switch damage as I can. Now, the way you should play that if you're up against the safe swap, once again, if you're a Victini, go for the V-Create because you're going to get there before the Raichu gets to a move. Now, I come in with Slowking because I'm resisting charms and I can farm this thing all the way down, hopefully before they get to a charge move. Nope, they're going to get to the charge move first, and I have to shield this. But a lot of energy on Slowking means that there's going to be a lot of Shadow Balls being flung around here. So I should be able to get up to 100 energy fairly quickly after this against the Rapidash now that comes in. Rapidash will get one shot by a Shadow Ball, so it needs to be careful. So do they shield the Shadow Ball? Nope. And that means Victini is going to come in, and Victini now also has to shield the Shadow Ball, or it's going to get taken out. And then at this point, if I just get to a Body Slam, honestly, with my Rapidash, I could probably take this thing out. So if they decide to throw a charge move, I'm going to let it go. But the opponent does let me almost get to another Shadow Ball, but they throw smartly right beforehand, and they throw the V-Create, which absolutely would do a lot of damage to me. But I'm going to try and get to this Body Slam. With one shield, I should easily be able to get there. I get the one-turn desync. Unfortunately, that is not fixed yet either. They hit me with the V-Create. I actually let it go because I'm pretty sure that I can live one V-Create, and I'm afraid they might have back-to-back. So I no shield, knowing that I can survive with a little bit of health, and the Body Slam is going to be enough to take it out. Bing, bang, boom. There goes Victini. Very well played. Good game. Thank you for the good game, trainer. All right. So I got this battle up against Pixter. Now, Pixter, if you don't know, is on YouTube. at Pixter iOS Gaming. You should check him out. Just do a quick search up in the YouTube channel because I'm not going to be able to remember to put him or his information in this video's description. So that's my bad, but I know I'm not going to do it, and at least I'm being honest, right? So he does the correct thing, I assume. They do the correct thing here. They throw the V-Create before swapping out. That immediately puts me behind on shields, and now the Malamar is going to force the other shield off of me. So this is how you beat my team, is you get the shields off of me before I can get the shields off of you. And if you can keep that shield advantage, you can no-shield the Malamar at this point. It's going to be able to take my Raichu out if I have to waste all that energy. She's gone. She fell asleep. So let me know in the comments what time she fell asleep, right? So he lets it go, or they let it go here, but the Wild Charge on this Bronzong, it's not going to be enough to take it out. And honestly, this Bronzong is kind of spelling doom for the rest of this team because I am not going to be able to get that next Wild Charge off, and that is crucially important because this person has a Bronzong that knows Heavy Slam and Payback, and both of those things can one-shot both of my Pokemon just about with me being out of shields. So you know what? Payback takes out the Slowking just about, and I just surrender because I know I'm out. And that battle was on his channel, so he was having a holler of a time kicking my rear end to the curb with that one. So well played, man. Good game. No, absolutely, he just completely outplayed me there. He played the game completely correctly. There's no other way that I would expect someone to play that. And if you don't throw the V-Create right away against the Raichu swap in, you are just missing out on an opportunity. You need to do that in order to threaten the rest of the game. Now, he just also happened to have the Malamar, which was also just as spammy as the Victini, so I wasn't able to do it. But speaking of Victini, we got one in the lead here, and I'm staying in on this one. I decided to play this one a little differently, trying to force the shields off my opponent early by getting off these body slams after their V-Create now. So they're going to force this other shield here, and at this point, I got both shields off my opponent. I'm totally cool just letting this go. And the V-Create is definitely going to hurt my poor Pony. Takes out the poor Pony there, but you know what? Pony did her job, and that's okay with me. Now, my opponent brings in a Bronzong. Not the smartest move here, but they do have to avoid getting farmed down because those Hexes are doing a ton of damage to that Victini. Shadow Ball is going to do a ton of damage here, and Raichu's going to come in and almost be able to farm down, but thankfully, because I have a shield, I'm going to be able to finish this Bronzong off, but I let it go, and I'm going to give the energy to my Slowking, but they threw Heavy Slam rather than Payback, so I'm assuming they just weren't up at the move yet. But that's okay. So a Wild Charge is not going to take out this entire Malamar, but we're going to do our best here afterwards. Still almost one-shots it, and then one more Volt Switch afterwards, maybe two, is going to be enough. I could shield this and farm down, but I'm going to let this go, and I'm going to put everything into the hands of my Slowking because I doubt they have a Giraffe Rig in the back. Nope, because they have that Victini still. I'm going to shield this up. I can Hex down the Malamar. It's out of energy just about. V-Create is going to get hit, and look at how much damage these Hexes do, man. Go for the Shadow Ball here. Going to be able to Hex down the Malamar before it can get to a foul play, and that's going to be a good game right there. So, very well played in my opponent. But Slowking is just super fun to use. And I know I don't use the Sludge Wave because, honestly, I didn't think about it because most of the time Shadow Ball was good enough, but Sludge Wave is there for the Orangaroos and the Giraffe Rigs and even the Malamars because I think it does more damage than Shadow Ball straight up. So this person's got a spicy team. They've got a Jirachi and a Confusion Slowbro. Now, let's talk about the Slowbro, right? I hate Slowbro. Slowbro absolutely gets destroyed by Megahorn. And then the Victini comes back in and it's going to get hit by another Megahorn. Do we want to hit the boom button twice or are they going to shield this time? What do we say? Nope, that was a Jirachi that got hit by a Megahorn. That hurt like a truck. So, I think the one team that I've seen lately that I'm not liking as much, I'm probably going to mention this in the next video when I show you the meta version of this team, is the Shadow Gardevoir lead with the Claydol and the Slowbro in the back just completely destroys my entire team, which, spoiler alert, has a Victini in it. But we'll save that for the video in a day or two because I have got a lot of stuff I want to get out this week and want to make sure that we can space it all out properly. But anyway, so they bring in a Medicham here. There's a weird visual glitch. I've never seen this one before. Like, everything just stops for a second, And if you play it back in real time, it looks a lot weirder. But they go for the Ice Punch here, and I shield it up. I'm going to go for a Wild Charge here, try and get that last shield, and then if I've got the Slowking in the back, I just got to land a Shadow Ball. I'll save a shield for Slowking to do that. Swap in immediately to prevent my opponent from getting any more farm. I know that there's nothing that they have that can one-shot my Slowking, so I'm just going to let it go no matter what. If it's a Psychic, Ice Punch, doesn't matter. And opponent decides they want to quit from here. So, well played. Medicham is not good in this cup no matter what people want to think. It's just there for the Bronzong and the Malamar, which are common, but if there are people playing other Pokemon, your Medicham is just going to lose. So, has its uses, just like everything else, but it's the Pony. Honestly, the Galarian Rapidash is the MVP of this cup by 1.5 miles. So, I also love this Raichu, though, I'm not going to lie. So, opponent's got the Victini, and they decide to bait. So, they stay in way too long, and they throw a resisted charge move. They get a shield, because it might as well have been a V-Create, but they just spent more energy on it, so, I mean, that's fine with me. If you're playing this cup, by the way, TM off the Psychic moves and stuff. There's no reason to play Victini with Psychic. Play it with Overheat. I know that not everybody's got TMs flowing out the wazoo, but, I mean, come on. If you're going to play in the cup, at least make sure you've got the right moves. I let my Pokemon go now. Like I said, Raichu gets both shields and it goes down. That's its job, and that's what it did very well. Now I can come in with my Pony, and Rapidash can just absolutely manhandle this Malamar. It can tank a move because they're not getting to a Hyper Beam before I get to my Mega Horn, and if they do, I would definitely shield it, and it's just a foul play. So that's going to be about 60% of my HP. I'm going to overfarm by just a bit, go for the Mega Horn before they get to their next charge move. And then afterwards, my Slowking hopefully just takes care of whatever's in the back. Probably is going to be, oh look, it's another Victini. Oh wait, the Victini was already there, so it's fine. Mega Horn's going to come off here, and the Mega Horn is going to do almost all of the HP of this Victini, so absolutely destroyed. And then Bronzong is going to come in, and I'm going to hit this thing with a Shadow Ball. I've got a shield. It doesn't matter. This game is about as good as over. Even though those feint attacks are doing super effective damage, it's not much damage at all. So, not worried about it. Look at that. Absolutely destroys the bell. And I shield this. The Hex has already gone through. That's it. That's a good game. Well played. Thank you for playing. As Jamie Finn says. I love that guy. Also, check out his content, too, if you haven't already. Absolute Chad when it comes to using Shadow Pokemon. It's all he uses, and I love it. There's so many spicy teams coming from that guy. So go check him out if you haven't already. He's awesome. Jamie Finn Pogo. I don't remember all of his handles, but I just follow him, alright? Anyway, swapping into the Raichu against the opponent's Victini lead. They're going to go for the V-Create, but they do it a little bit later than they should. But they come in with the Bronzong, and I'm going to be able to get 2 Wild Charges off on this thing, and that's either going to get me both shields, or it's going to put this thing down in a farm range for Galarian Slowking after I get at least 1 shield, because they swapped in way too late here. So I'm going to be able to get another Wild Charge off before the feint attacks take me out, and then Raichu has once again done its job. Oh, yes. Does a Wild Charge land? It sure does. And then I can come farm down with Slowking, because honestly, the damage that I'm going to take from these feint attacks is not that much. And my opponent is running Bulldoze. Now, I don't agree with that moveset, but that's fine. They're not going to be able to get to another charge move before I go down. I've got a ton of energy. I just need to land a couple Shadow Balls here, and honestly, by the time the Slowking goes down, Rapidash should be able to take this thing out with a Mega Horn if I needed to. I might even try to catch here, which is what I do. I do successfully catch the energy, and this is going to hurt a lot because it's V-Create. Doesn't take it all the way out, but it takes it out enough. But because my opponent debuffed, they had the Body Slam, and there's the Gardevoir. This is stressful. I'm going to probably lose this game because Gardevoir is absolutely monstrous, but I'm going to do my best to overfarm here, get to 100 energy, because if you get to 100 energy on Shadow Balls, the next Hex will get you to the next Shadow Ball. It's not 2 away, it's 1 away. So absolutely heads up play by myself, not to brag, but going up to 100 energy there before I throw, and then waiting to make sure that I get that move off is huge, because that is what allows me to take that game. And that is going to be the 2 sets that I have recorded with this team. Immediately after this set, I went ahead and changed up the team to the meta version, went on a literal 14-1 streak the next 3 sets, and then I also had another 2 5-0s the next day afterwards, and that video is coming out pretty soon, and I'll reveal the elo that I got. Why not? So we started off the season here at rank 20, of course, with a 2,370 elo rating. That I think is my highest rating that I've ever had. And this was with the meta team after going like, I don't even know. It was literally like 24-6. Like, it was an insane run. So I cannot wait to show you guys that team. It's going to be amazing. Just look for the Alolan Raichu feature, because that's also back in the team. The thing is just absolutely busted in this cup. But if you, my dear viewers, would like to get early access to these teams before they hit YouTube and go on all these win streaks, as all of my Patreon subscribers did super good with these teams in the Psychic Cup. If you guys want to get access to those teams, all of my tips, tricks, and strats for maneuvering this new meta that we've got in Go Battle League, or even for Self and all the other stuff too, I got a Patreon link in the Discord. You can, or a Patreon Discord link in the description that you can join and get in on that action. Got a lovely community. The people in it are awesome people. So even if you don't join for the strats and stuff, the people in it are just amazing. So also if you're looking for coaching for Pokemon Go PvP, I do offer that as well through Medify. Link in the description for that as well. And that's all the shameless plugging I'm going to do for myself. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.